Cancer Research Network has been around for quite a few years now. We were originally funded by NCI in a very straightforward grant kind of project, and over the years we've evolved toward basically being a collaborative project with NCI, with a lot of focus now on trying to expand the number of external researchers that we work with directly. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people who are working in academic centers, cancer centers, etc., to work closely with us on our research projects.
The CRN Scholars Program is really important because it extends our ability to do cancer research in the CRN. And one of our biggest issues, I think, in the CRN is that we have limited capacity in terms of investigators, and the breadth of what we can do is limited by the types of investigators we have. So the Scholars Program is really, I view it as sort of an extender of what we can do, and also brings in new researchers that have different strengths and interests than the CRN has.
Doing research in the CRN is different from doing research in any of the normal academic or cancer center settings, and it takes a lot of effort to try to figure out how to get this to work. It's a different kind of collaboration, for example. Everybody who is participating from all the sites in a given project has to be genuinely involved in the project. They aren't just handing off data. They aren't just serving one small role, perhaps as a statistician on a project. They're really committed and responsible to their local site for overseeing what happens to the data. Trying to make that work with a group of people that you've never met before is not easy. So a lot of our focus is going to be on this whole collaboration project.
One of the things we learned very quickly within the CRN Scholars Program was to appreciate the intricacies of doing team science and working within a collaboration in the CRN, so that there wouldn't be any misperceptions about this being sort of just a way to get a data set.
One of the best experiences being part of the CRN Scholars Program is the fact that we're learning all about how to go through the research process, and really receiving a lot of mentorship about how best to go through grant writing, writing papers, how best to do research, and then also facilitating us to talk to leaders from ARC, PCORI, the NIH, and really allowing us to establish relationships with all those people.
The CRN Scholars Program has been valued by my institution because this gives an opportunity for my local mentoring team and others at my university to evaluate the process that allows investigators to initiate projects within the CRN. So I can be an ambassador for the CRN at my institution for people to ask questions about how they can consider the CRN's strengths in their own work.
Well, I think one thing that the Cancer Research Network really affords is a great opportunity to study the delivery of care across the spectrum, all the way from prevention to palliation and end-of-life care and survivorship. And I think the situation we're in right now is there's a great need for understanding ways to improve the delivery of healthcare, to provide better value for patients in healthcare delivery. And I really think that that's the big need, or that's one big need, and I really believe that the scholars are in a great position to be able to address those kinds of questions.
We're looking for applicants who are really committed and interested in doing population-based research and have a real interest in cancer. And I think mostly people that are interested in doing practical research that have applications in healthcare settings, not only like the CRN, but in other healthcare settings as well.